Hi, I'm Alvin, and today I'll be teaching you how to make my magic chocolate ball recipe. So you guys may or may not have already seen this recipe on the Tasty channel a couple of times. I did a behind the scenes of it. Yikes. Oh, it looks like all the chocolate collected in this giant block chunk. But I really want to give you guys more instructions and more of a story on how to make this happen. So the inspiration for this recipe comes from a lot of New York restaurants were serving it at the time. It was pretty popular, it was all over Instagram, and I was like, man, I want to figure out how to do that. For this recipe, you actually do not want to use milk chocolate. You want to use good chocolate because you want it to be firm, you want it to be snappy. You don't want any of those extra sugars or other things they put into candy bar that can help kind of make the ball a little soft. So you really want to get nice chocolate for this. You want to melt your chocolate, but you do not want to overheat it. It'll cause it to coagulate. So the most important thing is that you need to find the right containers or molds for the recipe. I use refillable ornaments that I just got online. You can find them on Amazon. Basically, they're these clear plastic ball ornaments, and depending on how big you want the chocolate ball to be, they can be anywhere from 4 inches in diameter to around 8 inches. You really just, need to figure out what size you're gonna make and who you're making it for. That's probably the most important thing, and make sure you get multiple because you're gonna maybe crack some of the balls. And then the trick is to pour that amount of chocolate into the ornament, close it really tight, and you really just wanna hold it and press it so you do not let any of the chocolate escape from the edges, and just slowly rotate it. But you don't want to move too slow. Sometimes what happens is that if you rotate it and it doesn't coat the whole ball, it'll cool down before it even coats the whole thing, and it's just kind of hard. So you might just be kind of doing this weird, ballerina dance where you hold it and you look at it, if you watch the Behind Tasty, I do this 300 times. So you kind of have to do that and watch it and kind of tap it a little bit to get it into the right spots. After that, they go in the freezer. And when they go in the freezer, you want to make sure that they're level, that they won't just roll around everywhere. And every 2 minutes or so until they're set, you want to actually check them. Make I would say 4 to 6 of the chocolate balls, put them in the freezer, expect some of them to break because you really just need one. And the key to opening it is to really just make sure that at first you use your hands to kind of hold it and warm it a little bit. So you kind of see this huge thing. Sometimes it'll crack, sometimes it won't. It really is a game of luck. We're putting it on a heated sort of bowl to kind of rub so that the chocolate melts, and you kind of get this hole for it to sit and stand on to fill it with anything you want. After that, you kind of put whatever it is on the plate. The key here is to keep the plate, the ball, and anything cold. So if you're using ice cream, keep it in the freezer until the last second. If you're using berries, keep them in the fridge. If you're using a brownie or a cake, also keep it in the freezer. Keep your plate in the freezer. You do not want the ball to melt before anything happens. Once you take that out, you kind of assemble one brownie or a cake. You kind of put some berries around it. I like strawberries, I like blueberries. You can fill it with whatever you want, honestly. And you kind of put the ice cream scoop on top of that, and then you put the ball, you kind of want to snuggle it over the sides. If it's not fitting, you can either, shave off some more chocolate, take out some of the berries. You just want to make sure that when the ball is on the plate, it looks like nothing is underneath it. It's just a chocolate ball under a plate because that's the surprise. Don't worry if there's little cracks between the plate and the ball itself. Just run a ring of berries around it. It covers up most of the problems. That's what I pretty much did. And that is your chocolate ball that is almost ready to serve. The last and final bit is going to be the really hot ganache that kind of goes on it and turns it from chocolate ball to magic chocolate ball. So the chocolate ganache is just even parts milk and cream. You are pretty much ready to serve. So what you'll do is you'll serve the dessert to whoever you're making it for and pour it in a circular motion over the top, and then boom, that's it from there. You got money raining everywhere, horns, fanfares playing. What actually happens is that the chocolate is going to melt the ball and cause a waterfall effect where first it'll make a little bit of a hole where it first melts, and then the entire thing should theoretically crumble and collapse in a really beautiful melty way, and the walls will fall away, revealing every single beautiful thing that you put inside. Hopefully it's colorful berries with ice cream and cake. Maybe it's a wedding ring. I don't know. Is that how I'm gonna propose? Maybe. Don't worry about it. If my future fiance is watching out there, I should probably change up the method, huh? But I think if you really are dedicated to it and want to give up some time, it can be done, and you can achieve that restaurant looking effect without having to go out.